you skip these three things, you're probably going to have a very frustrating time with your client. They're going to have a hard time understanding what you're doing or how it's working. So these things are really, really important. And that's why I really wanted to talk about them today. I'm going to give you those three secrets right up front. And then I think we're just going to cover them one after the other. They are the pre-talk, the pre-interview, and the assessment for readiness for hypnosis. Those are the three things, Cal.
I'm all in, but I want to say one thing, okay?
Yeah.
So us old time, been around for a couple of years, 5-path certified hypnotists, we kind of use some terms like 5-pather and stuff like that. So 5-pather is a professional hypnotist or hypnotherapist that's trained in 5-path, 5-phase advanced transformational hypnosis. But I want you to think another thing. 5-pather means member of a community. See, 5-pathers are a member of a community. Like you go to the National Guild of Hypnotists Convention, 5-path is a special interest group within that community. And you can tell because all the 5-pathers are walking around with their pins. I'm a 5-pather, because it's just a proud community of hypnotists that speak the same language, walk the same walk, and support each other like crazy. All right. Sorry, that was like a little interlude. Go ahead.
I'm going to respond to what you said, though, really quickly before we get to those three things, because I would like to let everybody know that I totally agree with you. Relatively, I'm kind of new, actually trained, just a few years ago, and there's people that have been 5-pathers for 15 plus years, and they're welcoming and they're supportive and they help make me a better hypnotist. And I'm helping even newer people become better hypnotists. We have a very active community. It's very welcoming and open. And I feel so blessed and lucky to have found 5-path as a professional, because it would be hard to be the lone hypnotist out there when you have bad days or when you have a frustrating session. None of us are perfect. We're all going to make mistakes, and having the support of other people is really vital to success. So I agree with you that the 5-path community is amazing, and I'm really glad I'm a 5-pather. Awesome. So I'll let you respond.
When I came into this profession, I did not want to be the lone hypnotist, that's just like the one guy with a little office. I want to be part of a community, and we really, really are part of this community, and it gives us strength to move forward confidently in the profession. Okay.
All right, let's get to it. We're going to talk about the pre-talk first. The way I do a pre-talk in my office is primarily through video. The pre-talk is really designed, and if it's done well, it's going to help your client get rid of any fears or misconceptions they have about hypnosis. The problem that we experience pretty much daily with all new clients is they have no idea what hypnosis really is, how it works, what it feels like, is it safe, can they do it? This video is going to assuage all those fears, remove all those misconceptions, so they can really step forward in safety and security and follow your directions. And it'll be much, much easier for them to get success in their first hypnosis session with a really good pre-talk.
I love it because, it's before I started doing it as a recording, right, is you'd have good, how you have good hair days and bad hair days? Well, sometimes you'd have good hypnosis pre-talk days and bad hypnosis pre-talk days. And if you could just do it right, really well once, and the video that I use is like the Truth About Hypnosis 3.0. It's the third version. And it's like, okay, I don't need to mess with it anymore. It's set. And then people watch it just before they come in, or sometimes they'll watch it in my office before the session, and it just does magical things. Cool.
Yes, absolutely. And I forgot to mention that in that pre-talk video, I do explain the flow of consciousness, which we're going to do in a later video. So I wanted to remind everybody to check in that next video, because we're going to go a little bit deeper on why that's so important for your clients. Now, the last thing I want to say about a pre-talk is my clients do watch it before they come into my office. Some offices, you might watch it when you show up. Either is acceptable and fine. But when they first sit down at my desk and we're talking one-on-one, one of the first things I say to them is, What did you think of the video? Did you have any questions? And they might ask a few questions or, mention a few things that stuck out to them, and that's all wonderful. But one of the things I like to repeat for them before we move on is I always say, did you hear or did you understand that part about how you've probably been hypnotized hundreds of times before? And remember that anytime you've watched a really good movie and you were engrossed in that movie and someone said your name or they crunched popcorn and you didn't hear it, you were in a level of hypnosis. So congratulations, you can be hypnotized, because that is kind of the number one fear I see in a lot of my clients is they think they can't do it. And I want to make sure that they know that they absolutely can because they've done it before. So I always reiterate that to them one-on-one at the desk.
Awesome. Keep going.
Okay. So once you've done that and your client is giving you happy, enthusiastic nods and they're happy, you move on to the next amazing secret that all the best hypnotists do is you do the pre-interview. And that is really, you probably have already talked to your client and you really do know why they're there, but you really want to see them face to face explain it to you. So you're going to ask them, hey, what are you really trying to tackle with hypnosis today? What can I help you with? And let them explain it. And this is the time for you to really ask questions, to just listen and be a good listener and build some rapport with them. That is a really important step. And it's not important really to get a really detailed, really long history of someone's problem. You really just need to know as a hypnotist, especially a five-pather, what is the problem right now and how's it really making them feel right now? If they can tell you, sometimes they can't. And all the other stuff is just for you to really build rapport with that person.
Yeah, absolutely right. And one of the other things that we do is once we've got that, is we want to begin with the end in mind, as the 7 habits of highly successful people that is written in that book. Because so what if we take care of this problem? Then what happens? Then what happens? Then what happens? And see that if they get rid of this one problem, then maybe they're going to be more confident and they're going to be more outgoing and they're going to get more stuff done and they're going to believe in themselves and their dreams are going to be bigger. What would those be? And really let them know that you're not working on this little thing. You're working on a big thing, not a little thing. This ain't just like stop biting your fingernails. This is change your life. Good. Excellent.
Absolutely. And I was going to talk about that. So you beat me to the punch. There's a form I have all my clients fill out in which I ask them to list for me what they want to see as a result of removing this problem, and really use that information in that moment when you're reviewing it with your client during the pre-interview to really help them change their state and get excited about what their life is really going to be like after they've healed or tackled or neutralized this problem. And also, it's a hypnotist's little secret that you can use those words later on in the hypnosis as their direct suggestion portion and really personalize what you're doing right for them.
There you go, giving away our secrets again. Good for you.
All right. Awesome. And the last thing I do in that pre-interview that is really important is I start teaching my clients about their emotions and help them get some understanding of their emotional system, as I like to call it. They came into this world programmed to have feelings a certain specific way, and having those feelings isn't wrong. Understanding what negative feelings are for. I use Cal's book, The Secret Language of Feelings. It is my structure, and clients really benefit from starting to understand why they are having these unpleasant feelings.
Yeah, all feelings are good. You mean, oh my goodness, fear, anger, guilt, they're there to make me happy and safe and secure and strong? That doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. Your emotions are all wisdom, and they're as logical as a computer program once you get into getting rid of all the noise. Like people say, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. Oh, quit being so irrational. Well, I'll tell you what, the subtitle of The Secret Language of Feelings is A Rational Approach to Emotional Mastery. Check it out. I'm glad you get behind that book there, Kimberly.
Thank you. Yes, and I totally agree with you. One of my pet peeves when I'm on Facebook or TikTok or wherever I'm interacting with people, and I see other influencers and other mental health people, my pet peeve is when they tell people the wrong information, like why they are angry is this reason or that reason, or they tell people that they are perhaps, oh, I don't know, addicted to a negative behavior. Oh, it drives me crazy. And I always like to just get in those comments and nicely correct them that no, anger is because I was treated unfairly, for instance. And I have had so many people message me privately after doing that and say, you're right, you finally get me. And that's how my clients feel too. When I start explaining why they feel what they feel, they just feel so validated and understood. It just builds more rapport, and it really enables them to get the best life that they possibly can. And we haven't even gotten to the hypnosis yet.
That's right. But then you want to do the scientific, rational, super important test for readiness of hypnosis, right?
That's right. That's the next step. I just look at my client and I smile and I say, would you like to do hypnosis with me now? And if they go, well, yeah, then we're ready to go. But if I get any other response other than that, I know I might have skipped something, or they still have a reservation and like to revisit steps 1 or 2 to make sure that they have a full understanding of what we're about to do. So it's really important that third secret, that assessment for readiness, is phrased correctly, because you don't want your clients trying to decide if they are ready and make a judgment for themselves. You just want to ask them, would you like to do hypnosis with me now?
Every word is important. Do not ask, are you ready to do hypnosis? Then you're trying to ask them to do the assessment, right? When
That's
we
exactly
say,
right.
would you like to do hypnosis with me now? You're looking for that unconditional, unmitigated, all in yes, like, oh, we get to do hypnosis too, and then they're ready. And you think about it, everything we did from the first contact has preparing them for that moment. Because you've got that hypnosis, it's like all in, they're motivated, see how it's going to affect their life. They're already getting insights. And then you say, would you like to do hypnosis with me now? You answered all their questions, and they're like, let's do it. That person, you could almost go, you're hypnotized. That's how the very best hypnotists work.
You're absolutely right. It prepares them, like you said, for that moment. They can literally just sit down, no worries, concerns. You've built so much rapport with them. They feel safe. They're good to go. You could really tell them almost anything at that point, and they probably would trust you. But of course, keep your client's best interest in mind. But they are ready to do hypnosis at that point. And if you follow those 3 steps, I can almost guarantee that you are going to have a really great first session, and they're going to come out of that session feeling so much better, so much relief. They'll probably be amazed that they were in hypnosis as long as they were. And they're going to be so convinced that you know what you're doing. They will tell everybody about you.
Awesome. So you folks, you've been hearing us banter around about this thing called 5-path, 5-phase advanced transformational hypnosis. And 5-pathers, we take a systematic approach. Phase 1, the stuff we're talking about right now is phase 1, which is preparing the client, okay, hypnotizing them, testing them, and convincing them that they're hypnotized. Then they're ready for whatever work you're going to do, be it 7-path work or more 5-path work. And that's the wonderful thing about being a 5-pather, is you always know what you're doing. Too many hypnotists out there winging it, just trying to figure out what they're going to do next. But as you can tell, as we're talking, since we use the same system that's been proven over and over around the world, we can almost finish each other's sentences. We're on the same page. And so being a 5-pather is being part of a community of like-minded and well-trained hypnotists. Good. All right, wrap it up.
Well, that's really all I have. Those are the 3 things that you need to do so you can have the very best sessions possible. All the best hypnotists know these secrets, so you need to know it too and practice it too. And you can find me at lorenzhypnosis.com. I also have a YouTube. I have TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at Expert Kimberly Lorenz. You can find me on Facebook at Expert Kimberly Lorenz. I'm kind of everywhere. I'm even beginning on Instagram, so you can find me there at expert Kimberly Lorenz. So reach out. I have a class coming up in April. I'd really love to see you there. Cal, what do you have?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. So you've got a class coming up?
I do in April, a training class. You can be a certified professional hypnosis and not hypnosis instructor. You can be a certified hypnotist in 5-path and 7-path self-hypnosis in my training in April.
Awesome. And you got more scheduled through the year?
I do actually have July, October, and the following January scheduled.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Kimberly. And Kimberly kind of let you in on what our next one's going to be. It's going to be the hypnotist secret code to happiness that we give our clients so that they can understand how they can take back control of their life. So come back for the next episode, which should be out in a few days after this one. All right. I'm Cal Banyan. Of course, my courses are on calbanyan.com. All of my videos are on calbanyan.com. I want to see you in class. And it doesn't matter if you go through her class or Erica's class or Penny's class or any of other trainers' classes, you become part of our community. And then we can see you like at the 5-Pathers Symposium here in Dallas every year. It's usually in October. Well, usually we've only had one so far. The next one is coming up. Be part of the new thing. All right, I've gathered enough. This is Cal Banyan. Signing out.